I went with my girlfriend to a five-star hotel, a place that looked almost unreal the moment we stepped in. The lobby was shining with golden lights, the floor polished like a mirror, and the sound of soft music played somewhere in the background. She smiled at me, holding my hand, and I felt proud that I had chosen such a beautiful place for us to spend the evening together. We had dinner in the restaurant. The food was served with such elegance that every bite felt like a celebration. We laughed, we talked, we shared stories, and the atmosphere around us made it feel like nothing else in the world mattered. After dinner, we went up to our room. The bed was soft, the curtains were heavy and luxurious, and the air smelled of fresh flowers. We sat for hours talking, watching TV, and enjoying the peace of being away from everything. That night was one of the most memorable nights of my life, and when the time came to leave, I wished it could last a little longer. When we were checking out, I went to the reception counter to settle the bill. I pulled out my wallet, counted the money, and handed it to the receptionist. He gave me the receipt, and while I was distracted talking to my girlfriend and picking up our bags, I placed the wallet on the counter. Without realizing, I left it there. We walked out of the hotel smiling, completely unaware that my wallet was lying right there in plain sight. That one small moment of carelessness was going to haunt me later. 2 days passed. On the third day, I was getting ready to go out when I reached into the drawer where I usually kept my wallet. It wasn't there. I checked my bag, my jeans pocket, even under the bed, but it was nowhere to be found. At first, I thought maybe I had misplaced it somewhere in the house, but the more I searched, the more nervous I became. I sat down, holding my head in my hands, and tried to remember the last time I had seen it. Then it hit me with a sudden shock: the hotel counter. My heart raced. That was the last place I had used it, and I had never picked it up. I didn't waste another second. I grabbed my keys and rushed to the hotel. All the way there, my mind was full of worry. What if they hadn't kept it? What if someone else had taken it? What if all my cards, my ID, my cash were gone? I walked into the lobby, straight to the reception, and told the staff that I had left my wallet there 2 days ago. They looked at me blankly and said they hadn't seen anything. My chest tightened. I explained again, this time louder, telling them exactly when I had left it, how I had placed it on the counter while paying. Still, they shook their heads as if nothing had been found. I could feel anger rising inside me. I leaned forward on the counter, staring at them, and told them firmly that I knew my wallet was here. I demanded they check the security cameras. I said it was impossible that no one had seen it because I remembered it clearly. My girlfriend stood beside me, holding my arm, whispering that I should calm down, but I couldn't. I felt cheated, as if they were hiding it. The manager soon came out, asking what the problem was. I turned to him and explained everything from the start. He gave me the same answer, saying nothing had been reported as lost. My patience snapped. I raised my voice, telling them that if they didn't give it back, I would call the police right away. My voice echoed in the lobby, and people around us stopped to watch. The receptionist looked nervous, the manager frowned, and still they pretended like they knew nothing. Minutes felt like hours. I repeated again and again that I wasn't leaving without my wallet. I reminded them that it had all my documents and bank cards, and if anything was misused, the responsibility would fall on them. I could feel the tension in the air, my face hot with frustration, my heart beating hard in my chest. Finally, after what felt like an endless argument, one of the staff members disappeared into a back room. I stood there waiting, my fists clenched, my girlfriend holding onto my sleeve, her face pale with worry. After a few moments, the staff member returned. In his hand was my wallet. I froze, staring at it. He slowly extended it towards me. Without a word, I snatched it, quickly opening it right there in front of them. My ID card was there, my ATM cards were there, and even the cash was untouched. Relief washed over me, but along with it came a wave of anger. Why had they hidden it for so long? Why had I been forced to fight for what was mine? I put the wallet back into my pocket and looked at them one last time, my voice cold as I told them I would never forget this. With my girlfriend beside me, I walked out of the hotel, my mind still boiling with anger, but also strangely relieved that it was finally over. That night, which had begun as a beautiful memory, had ended with a lesson I would never forget: never trust too easily, and never be careless with the things that matter.